Pat is in Springfield, Illinois. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show, Pat.
Hello. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
I'm a little nervous.
It's okay. We've never lost a patient. How can I help?
I'm a grandma. I've got 4 grandchildren, and the first one is going into high school in the fall, so she's our test case. And so we've been talking about college since it's coming up soon, and we're trying to avoid student loans because it seems like that's a big problem in everybody's debt that I've heard of.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 529 accounts for all 4 of the kids. We've had them since they were all born. But they're not going to probably cover the entire 4 years. I hope it gets through 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
The rest, I think she's going to have to buckle down and try to get scholarships, grants, a job.
Right.
What I was wondering is, should she just go ahead for the rest of her college life, get loans as she needs them, and then when she graduates, we see what the bottom line is, just pay them all off before there's any interest?
No. I would never go to college on student loan debt, ever.
Not get any?
Never. Okay. There's 3 things that she can do. And that you guys can do together in addition to piling up cash between now and the time she's there. And if you get her through 2 years, that's really about 4 years from now that you've got to build up for years 3 and 4, right? But the biggest problem, the biggest cause of student loan debt is college choice. Choosing a school you can afford. Do not buy a Bentley when you have a Chevrolet pocketbook.
Right.
Champagne taste beer pocketbook, you've heard the saying, right?
Right.
And I have never hired someone or not hired someone, and I have 800, almost 900 team members based on where they went to school. Think about it.
We have a few colleges that are real close to where they live.
Here we go.
So
you live at home?
They will be the first ones that she'll
there's 2 things that people buy when they go to college on student loans, and they spend about equal parts on each. One is tuition and books. The other is the college life, in quotes.
Oh, yeah.
The apartment with a jacuzzi and a skylight and a racquetball court. The, I have to join this or I have to join that. I have to have a certain amount of money to do this or that and eat out all the time. And the money people spend on food and board and lifestyle almost equals what they spend on the school.
Right.
And when they're being stupid, okay? Now, because we forget, the purpose of going to college is not to graduate with a degree in beer pong. It's to graduate with knowledge and an actual degree. And that's the purpose. Now, if you can gather up some money and have some of those other experiences, that's fine. I'm not mad about that. But the idea that you rationalize and say, I had to borrow money because I couldn't afford to go to school is absolute hogwash. Because you can go to school, a state school, the average tuition in America is $12,000 a year. That's $1,000 a month. You can make $1,500 a month delivering pizzas and walking dogs and babysitting. And so number one is go to a college you can afford and stay home for 2 years and do a community college is even better. Okay?
Right.
Number 2 is work. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to her. Work while you're in school. And don't work at minimum wage flopping whoppers.
Right.
Those numbers don't work. You can make $20 an hour cleaning people's toilets. Called being a maid. And that's, you can make that kind of money walking dogs or do whatever. Start your own little business. Cut grass. I don't care. Work at something you make good money at and work your butt off while you're in college. And, oh, by the way, then you won't have the money to party or the time to party, so partying's going down, grades are going up. It's amazing. People who work in school have a higher GPA than those that don't. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, that's something she's going to have to do.
Yeah. Number 3, take the ACT repeatedly. and take a class on how to take it in between. Almost all the major colleges are now super scoring the ACT. There are 4 parts to the ACT, and so if you super score it, that means you take the test, and every time you made a little bit better on one but worse on the other one, the section you made better on, all your best ofs on all 4 sections are put together. That's called super scoring. And so if you take the test 4 times and you get 4 different grades, obviously, on each of the 4 sections, they'll take the best grade of each section and create a super score for purposes of getting into the school. Now, some scholarships won't count the super score. They'll just count your best ACT score, which is fine, too. And then one of your other part-time jobs, as you said, is applying for scholarships and grants. If she does all of that with you guys in the background chunking money at this, and you got 2 years of it covered, and you just start thinking about, okay, what is the goal? The goal is a 4-year education that is usable in the marketplace. Can we scrape together the money to pay for that? You can. You can actually work your way through school doing that mathematically. $20 an hour will put you through school working 30 hours a week. I don't think I can do that. And yes, you can. Jeez, the whining is unbelievable. Working while you're in college is not child abuse. You can do it. I did it. How many of you worked when you were in college? Raise your hand out there. Everybody in the booth just did. I hardly know anybody that did nothing while they were in college, except go to class and graduate with a degree in sorority. I just don't know any of those people. I mean, there's a few of them, but, I mean, the ones that I knew in school, there just wasn't that many of them. I worked my butt off. I worked 40 to 60 hours a week and graduated in 4 years with a 2.97. Yes, I'm still pissed about that 3/100ths of a point, but think about it. I worked my tail end off, man. And you know why I graduated in 4 years? Because I was tired of giving them money. So I made sure I took every class to get out of there. This was not summer camp for adolescents. This was, I want knowledge, a degree, check that box, move on into adulthood as fast as I can. That's what happens when you're paying for it. But when you're riding on my butt, meaning I am the idiot taxpayer who has agreed to loan 18-year-olds up to $100,000 unsecured so they can get a degree in left-handed puppetry. Yeah, I'm that idiot taxpayer. I've allowed that to happen. When you're riding on me, you don't give a rip.